Hello everyone, this is Princess here, and in this video we are going to talk about our next LD and burst, which will be coming to global. So it's going to be for the Cloud of Darkness. So her LD weapon is called the Draconic Tentacles, and this will grant her the skill High Speed Particle Beam. So what this does, also yes, this is all in Japanese, it hasn't been updated yet. So what it does is it re-breaks all targets with a 4-hit AoE Magic Brave HP attack dealt twice. It does deal more damage on single targets. The HP damage will be split. There's a 150% Max Brave Overflow, and it grants the LD buff Equilibrium by Destruction for 6 turns. And when you use this LD, her special effect, her overhead buff, is going to instantly be at 5, and it can also go higher. The LD buff also, Equilibrium by Destruction will also grant COD consecutive turns, so once she breaks a target, she gets another turn. This doesn't occur during the burst phase, and only once after burst mode ends. So the following effects from her counter as well, so right over here, sorry. So from her counter, Cloud of Darkness will now do a 3-hit Magic Brave HP attack with higher Brave potency, and Brave increases based on HP damage dealt, and the special effect will go up by 1. As for the LD buff Equilibrium by Destruction, it raises Cloud of Darkness's attack, critical Brave damage, and HP damage dealt. So going over to the passives, so at 1 out of 3 you get High Speed Particle Beam Power, which raises Brave damage. At 2 out of 3 you will get Equilibrium by Destruction longer, so this will extend the buff for 6 turns, so Cloud of Darkness will have it for 12 turns in total. And then at 3 out of 3 you will get High Speed Particle Beam Charge, which adds another use to her LD. And each time you limit break the LD, it will raise Cloud of Darkness's Max Brave and attack. Going over to the burst weapon now, we have the Dream Eaters, and this will grant Cloud of Darkness the finishing burst, Ultra Particle Beam. So it is a 15-hit AoE Magic Brave HP attack that deals split damage, but does deal more Brave damage on single targets. So as for the burst effect, it was right here, I believe. So the burst effect is for 5 turns, and after a party member acts, Cloud of Darkness will use a follow-up attack. It's a 5-hit AoE Brave HP attack. It deals more Brave damage on single targets. It has a 150% Max Brave Overflow. HP damage is split, and it raises COD's Brave based on HP damage dealt. Her effect will also go up by 1 with each follow-up, and the cool part about this is that the follow-up will still occur if you're in burst mode. So like if you're taking like a friend Cloud of Darkness with you and you use their burst, and then if you go in with your own burst, the burst effect will still kick in. So it's a really good burst to take advantage of, especially if you want to deal extra damage. So here are the 2 banners that will feature Cloud of Darkness's burst and LD. So the first banner will have her LD and burst along with Raijin and Balthier's EX. And then the second banner will have her burst, but it will feature Gabranth's LD instead. And it also features Gabranth, Charlotta, and Yuri's EX. So if you have any of these characters already realized, then you're going to be set for the farming event. Moving on to our high armor, we have the Lucent Robe, which raises Brave cap damage. And yeah, that's about it. Going over to the calls, so her first call is going to be Wide Angle Particle Beam. This grants the caller a Stolen Brave Limit Overflow, a 120% Max Brave Overflow, and delays all targets by 1 turn. For the LD call, so when Cloud of Darkness uses High Speed Particle Beam, the caller will have a raise in attack, HP damage, and in critical Brave damage. Okay, so now moving on to the Lufenia for this fight. So you're going to be fighting the brothers material. So a couple things to note about this fight. First off, they absorb earth, so don't use anyone with earth like Gao or Y'shtola's skill 2. Or was it? No, skill 1, sorry. They're immune to turn rate down and speed down. The orb will appear after they unite together. And the orb will increase by 2 if you delay them by 1 turn without breaking them, or by 15 when delaying them by 3 turns. And then a couple other things to note about this fight is that when the fight starts and when they're separated, all Brave Battery is negated, but you can cancel this out if you delay them for 3 turns. And then when both targets are below 70%, or if one of them is below 20% HP, that's when they'll unite together. So what I did for this fight, I just lowered both of their HPs to 70%, and then they joined together. And then the last bit is that Brave recovery is reduced by 30%, and they also have a 50% Brave damage reduction. So any other characters that that can delay, you have Quistis, you have Cypher, he can delay now, and you can also use Garland. So now I'm going to head over to Opera Omnia JP, and I'm going to showcase Cloud of Darkness' skills. So I will be right back. Okay, so we're back on Opera Omnia JP. So here's my Cloud of Darkness. So I got her LD when it first came out, and I bought her burst weapon with tokens. And then I've got Gabranth and Charlotta here with me. Okay, so what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna break them first, but not with Cloud of Darkness. Alright, and then we're gonna go straight into the burst. So here's what the LD looks like. It re-breaks enemies, and then I don't know if you saw there on the line, but Cloud of Darkness instantly moved up to the first in line. Because she did break the target. As for what to do during the burst mode, that's kind of like where I draw a blank, because I usually like to go in with the LD first, and then just use S2 to delay the target, and yeah, that's about it. Alright, so here's Ultra Particle Beam. Alright, so she does get another turn now. I'm gonna hit you first. So now after a turn goes, this is the following attack from her burst effect. So you can go nuts with this and take someone like, you can take Terra with you for like consecutive turns. You could take Lightning. I know a lot of people are talking about, what is it, like since Core is now out in Global and like they're already thinking of like different team comps. I'm honest, I don't know, like, you know, I'm honestly not sure what to do. Like, if I am gonna pair Cloud of Darkness up with Core, that's if I can get the burst. Remember, each time Cloud's burst effect occurs, her effect will go up by 1, as you saw at the beginning over there. So yeah, that pretty much covers up everything for Cloud of Darkness's LD and Burst, so thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you are going to go for Cloud's LD or Burst, and I will see you all next time.